What's going on YouTube? It's Jody Black here and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about everything finance. As the title reads, the first discussion I want to talk about on this YouTube channel is ditching your debit card for good. So in this video, you'll find out that I'm completely against debit cards. I believe that debit cards are probably the worst financial tool given to an American. So I want to talk to you about all the perks about credit cards, and I'll be completely honest about the cons as well. Never use a debit card again. I haven't used a debit card in about 5 years, and I wish it was longer than that, but we'll discuss why with these 4 reasons. First topic is building credit, right? A lot of people don't understand how important it is to build credit. As you build a future, however old you are, whether you're a little bit older than me, which I'm 26, or you're a lot younger than me, building your credit with a credit card is going to be very important to when you're going to buy a house, to when you want to buy a car, to when you build a family, whether your wife or your husband is like, listen, it's time for us to get a house. It's time for us to get a new car. We're having too many kids, whatever the case may be. You're going to want to build your credit with a credit card right now as we start. With a debit card, you just cannot do that. By building your credit with your credit card, you're building lower interest rates for you to buy a home or buy a car. So just to touch on it again, building credit. That's the number one reason you want to get a credit card. So let's go to reason number 2. Reason number 2 is probably one of my favorite reasons, and it's rewards. I'm a guy that likes to go on trips, go on vacations. Not only that, extra sources of income is very, very important to me. As we grow this channel, as we continue this channel, you'll learn that I love investing way more than I love a lot of things. And having multiple sources of income is definitely a reason to get you a credit card. Cash back. Cash back is one of the rewards that a credit card offers you that a debit card just does not at all. So everybody loves multiple sources of income. And when you're talking about reason number 2 with the rewards, everybody wants to get paid, right? Everybody wants to get paid. So now you have multiple sources of income, right? You have your job, and now you also have your credit card that's giving you cash back. Because when you're paying with a debit card, you're not getting cash back, right? So when you're paying with a credit card, you're getting cash back for the everyday purchases that you may pay for, whether it's your rent, whether you're paying for toothpaste at CVS. These things are giving you cash back, and at the end of the month, you're getting paid. This is why I'm telling you to ditch your debit card for good. So rewards, points, miles, and cash back. That's what you want to focus on when you're talking about credit cards. So let's briefly talk about points, right? Every dollar you spend on your credit card, a certain percentage, depending on what credit card you get, you'll get cash back for that. Now you have multiple sources of income without really doing anything. You didn't have to start a business. You didn't have to do much. All you had to do was get you a credit card. With a debit card, it's just not gonna do it for you. Let's talk about miles. Everybody loves to travel, I hope, right? See new things, go to new countries, go to different states, go to Las Vegas, Miami, these beautiful states that we all love, right? With miles, these credit card companies have certain credit cards that just specifically focus on miles, right? You get you a miles credit card. Other rewards I wanna talk about is trip cancellation, right? You get the luxury of being able to cancel your trip if you pay on your credit card. With a debit card, they don't offer that. So purchase protection, right? If you buy a camera, if you buy, just think of anything, you buy a MacBook, you buy new AirPods, you are protected under that purchase with certain credit cards that you go with. With a debit card, they just do not offer that. Like I said before with rewards, when I went to Vegas last year, I didn't pay a dime. I didn't pay a dime because I was using my American Express credit card for most of my purchases, and I got to stay in a hotel for free. I got to get my flight for free. I got to get my rental car for free. All from just using and swiping my credit card for everyday things that I use on a daily basis. What I want to tell you is that these credit card companies, whether you're talking about Discover, American Express, Chase, they're trying to give us the best perks, the best incentives, right? So you have to shop around for the best credit card. So in later videos, I want to tell you about the top 3 or the top 5 credit cards you should be using. Reason number 3, in which I really love, with debit cards, you do not get the utmost protection on your purchases, right? With credit cards, you got $0 liability protection against fraud. With debit cards, they're not gonna give you that. So obviously, you know, using the debit card is exposing the money in your account. And a lot of times it's way too hard to get that money back, right? It's gonna take you 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 days to get that money back if you are against fraud. And a lot of times you won't even get your money back. So with credit cards, they're always monitoring the money that you spend, you know, whether you're a high roller, spending a lot of money, or you're just, you know, using your credit card whenever grandma tells you to go get groceries. These things you got to pay attention to when you're talking about, oh, I want to use a debit card for the rest of my life. Ditch it. Reason number 4, in which I want to talk about, is convenience, right? You could think of any type of scenario, but just think about you driving down the road, you got a flat tire, you don't really have the money in your bank account to pay for a flat tire right now, and you have the convenience of having a credit card with a credit limit that you can pay this flat tire to the AAA or whatever type of company that you call to fix that tire. Convenience can also be big ticket purchases, right? Right now you don't have the money, but you know that you're gonna get that money to buy that certain thing that you want. You can use that credit card for a big purchase item. Now you can get cash back. Now you can use a credit card to fly the world for free, stay anywhere in the world for free. And that's the convenience of having a credit card that a debit card just does not offer you at all. So I told you guys I want to be completely honest when we're talking about credit cards, right? So don't be a product of marketing, right? So when you log on to your app, whether you go with Discover, American Express, whatever the case may be, they're going to offer you a lot of perks or a lot of cash back on these things, and you're going to want to buy it, right? So you can get the cash back. Don't be a product of marketing. All right, these credit card companies are trying to make money off you. And what you'll find on this YouTube is that we'll make money off of the credit card company instead of them making money off of us. Responsibilities of a credit card. You're someone without discipline, stay away from these right here, okay? Stay away from these right here. Now, I told you I want to be very, very honest with this. Now, one thing you have to worry about with credit cards is discipline. If you're someone that is not disciplined, you probably should still use a debit card. But if you're a very disciplined person, you want to ditch your debit card for good and just stick with a credit card. For a long time, I knew when I was 18, 19 years old, I had a pretty good addiction with these right here, sneakers, right? So one thing you want to be able to know is that you got to be disciplined with having your credit card, because they'll give you a credit limit of $10,000, you know, $15,000, $20,000, $50,000 credit limits. And now you're just like, oh, I got the money to splurge. But what you want to stay away from is not having discipline when it comes to credit card. And I think that's just the #1 major con of credit cards. With debit cards, that money is coming right out of your account, and you know that, okay, I don't have money for sneakers this go round. So stay away from splurging. Well, as I say all the time, you want to stay away from the national average interest rate, which is about 17.76 if I'm not mistaken. You don't want to be paying interest on the money that you didn't pay back from your credit card. So I always recommend to pay in full whatever the balance is at the end of the month. Do not pay the minimum balance, because now next time around they're gonna make you pay that interest rate. And if you're someone that's new to credit, your interest rate is probably going to be about 21 to 24%. Now that national average is about 17%. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. And like I said, this is complete honesty about credit cards. Like I said before, with debit cards, the only thing that is a perk, I would say, with debit cards is that you know that you have no money in your account. You got $400 and you cannot buy that new camera. You can't buy that new MacBook. You can't buy that new set of pans and pots if you're a cooker, right? So I keep explaining this to you because I want to be completely honest. If you are a person that has no discipline at all, stay away from credit cards. So that's the 4 reasons, guys. We got #1 at building credit, #2 at rewards, 3 at better protection, and #4, convenience. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment, tell me any videos you'd like to hear about next, and please subscribe. Please subscribe, tell everybody about me, and I hope you enjoyed this video.